She is accompanied by my rival. Like a tick, he clings to her inseparably.
Now, where are you going, Scourge of Heaven?
He is a weak man, and weak men are foolish. He might be tempted to challenge me.
Then you could obliterate him.
I never fight with my love face on. I fear it might get scratched.
Put on your terrible mask of war, then. Slaughter him.
What? With Isabel so near? Are you mad? My mask of Mars clapped on my face. I'm fiercer than the tusked boar, and might gore them both, skewering my love and rival both.
I spoke rashly. Perhaps we should retire.
Perhaps we should. I'll lead the way.
I have devoted myself entirely to swimming the sight. The sound of word will finally awaken you to my devotion. The word will set marvels free, but nothing penetrates your shrouded heart.
Those who don't understand the world think words have meaning that adhere with constancy. You offer me a thing, and say it is a rose. To you, no doubt it is. But to me it's a thistle, and I am pricked by its thorns. You say you love me, and I say you torment me. You describe me at great length, and I know you think I'm flattered. Point of fact, I'm bored.
When a kind word from you lives blood to me, you're silent as the dead. You only speak to you scorn on my love.
I only speak to tell you how I feel, Adraste. I have no more feelings for you than the dead have for anything. I'm insensate, for God's sake. Let me rest in peace.
You ought to pity me at least.
I do.
And should one other than that, pity, when I'm ravenous for your love?
You may be ravenous. I have no food to give. I do pity you. Your pain's unnecessary and absurd. I don't mean to bruise your tenderness with my harshness. But please know, Adraste, that I cannot love you. Do not love you and want nothing other than your absence. Only your persistence makes us enemies.
Enemies? You will never be an enemy of mine. Isabel, I loved you long before we ever met. We two are torn halves of one whole that existed in some earlier, better world than this. You defy all of heaven's designs if you refuse to love me.
Well, I defy them then. Tell heaven to stop asking me to do impossible things.
Listen to me, Isabel. Your father's chosen me. You know he has. I have to have you. If not through love, I'll invoke the law and his paternal rights, and settle your affairs as he sees fit.
That's a dead end in a desperate move. If I'm taken as goods, traded with a handshake and a bill of sale, I promise you I will poison both your bed and your life with my hatred of you.
A quick death with you in a poisoned bed is better than living alone. I'll take my chances. I'll close the deal. The bill of sale was drawn up long ago.
Please, Adraste.
You pity me. I can't be guided by pity for you. My love is too fierce. It won't permit me to pity the woman who hates my love. I go not to claim you. My murderer, my bride.
I'm utterly bewildered. This is uncanny. Why has everyone changed their name?
You still pick after tiny details like a lawyer examining a brief.
I am a lawyer. A man has a right to expect an amount of coherence that is evident, and therefore...
Expect nothing from these visions you can't expect from life. I gave up hoping for coherence years ago.
Madam, do not be alarmed to see your gutless suitor fled away. He saw me coming.
And instantly ran. He shows better sense in this than I thought him capable of.
Kings and emperors, after all, would do no less.
When Matamore approaches, everyone retreats. In fact, I feel the urge myself.
It's natural to want to flee from me. I am so great. At times, I even want to flee myself. But stay with me. I'll extemporize another sonnet to your grace.
No! I mean, not. While the sweet music of the other 12 you wrote is still ringing in my ears. Let me savor that.
You are as beautiful as you are wise. An excess of sweetness is as disagreeable as a lack of bitter gall. That's rather good. Delamont!
Clindor, sir.
Yes. Delamont, record that last remark. I'm collecting my pithiest sayings in a book.
This one, sir, is full of pith.
Thank you. Read it back to me.
An excess of sweetness is as disagreeable as a lack of bitter gall.
My God, that's good. One problem, though.
What's that?
It doesn't make any sense. Oh well, I'll have to work on it.
Oh, do! Polish it up in some private place and give it to me as a present. I adore a well-polished epigram.
I have 1,000
No!
others.
I want this one. Go. To work. Your messenger of love can press your advantage while you're away. While you're off wrestling with your muse.
I will buff it to a brilliance until you can see yourself reflected in its biting wit. Also good, Delamont, if the Queen of Iceland should arrive, tell her I am indisposed.
The Queen of Iceland.
Will not let me rest, and wants my fiery love to thaw her frozen marriage bed. Write that one down, Delamont. I'm off to shine my epigram.
It will take several years, I think, to make that saying shine.
And we shall have to amuse ourselves for as long as that. Can you, messenger of love, amuse me for as long as that?
For several years, without a doubt.
Begin then. I need to be amused.
I'll tell you a story.
Is the story fact or fantasy?
Does it matter?
Yes, I've heard too many fantasies today. Tell me something true.
Once there was a servant. That lad means a title, poor, an orphan. Forced from his home by an unloving father, who found employment with a lunatic squire to act as his bootblack, secretary, and more. To deliver messages of love to a beautiful lady.
This is a sad story. I'm intrigued, but not amused.
It gets sadder still. Can you guess what soon befell this poor young Mercury?
Tell me.
He went one day to deliver a letter to the lady, and unexpectedly delivered his heart instead.
Did the lady accept?
I've forgotten how it ends. Do you think she did?
Yes, I do.
Even though the messenger had never told her of his love before.
Oh, but he had. With a tongue of air, a quiet voice. That spoke clearer, truer, finer words than all that she'd heard in the endless vocalizing of a dozen braring lords. It didn't lie, brag, flatter, or threaten his quiet voice, but sang a silent hymn of adoration. Only her heart could hear.
Then what happened?
I suppose they fell deeply and completely in love.
The story's improving. Maybe it ends happily.
There's a rival,
There always is a rival.
and a father who forbids their love.
Fathers, too, have a habit of becoming the very nemesis of love.
Well, what odds for a good conclusion then? With obstacles like these?
Obstacles are only obstacles until they're overcome. In all such stories, the lovers exchange a token of their passion. It seems to me, traditionally, a kiss.
Well, I never defy tradition unless I'm driven. My father's made his decision. Now I make mine. I love him. My father's strong, but I'm stronger, and I will have my way. Tell your master I refuse his advances. My heart is occupied with other matters. I'll send my maid down with a letter explaining the vagaries, the strange fortunes of love.